If you had told French Franklin before I left the school for the US that I'd be doing boutique rural hospitality in Texas, I would have said there's a 0% chance.
We were both born in Paris. We both have American moms, French dads. Both grew up in kind of like multicultural families. But we met in Philadelphia at the University of Pennsylvania.
When you were 20 years old, it felt like if you weren't working at Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Bain, or McKinsey, you were failing. We both quickly realized that wasn't going to be for us. We both get high from seeing people enjoy and appreciate something we put together. So I actually started in private equity real estate and then ended up moving to WeWork, which was a whole story in of itself. We were actually very interestingly in a similar space where he was doing rental arbitrage in Austin for more hospitality and hotels, and I was doing rental arbitrage on the office game. What we quickly realized is these arbitrage disappear over time. Not owning the real estate also complicates your ability to control the experience. You don't want to be dependent on a landlord to make improvements that are going to make check-in, F&B, hospitality what you want to deliver. And so really controlling both the operation and the real estate, we felt was going to be the best way for us to deliver a truly exceptional guest experience. Everyone was building in downtown Austin, but when you drove 2 hours outside of Austin, there was no product, whether it be restaurants, wedding venues, even Airbnbs or hotels, that really met the need of what new people moving to Austin were looking for. If you drive outside of Paris, London, Madrid, Barcelona, Rome, any direction, there is so much cool inventory, whether it be inns, lodges, restaurants, historic chateaus. And so we just felt like there was a big gap, and that existed outside of New York and outside of LA. You got the Catskills, upstate New York, the Hamptons, Sonoma, wine country, Healdsburg. And we just felt with the growth that Austin was seeing, that was bound to happen, and that we would have had first mover advantage.
We went out and we met with the funniest and most interesting people. Texas financial brokers are a whole nother breed. We went out there and we met with these guys. Most of the time, they'd be wearing slightly tight Wrangler jeans and boots and a Texas cowboy hat. It was literally picture perfect what you would expect. When we didn't want a broker to understand what we were talking about, we would speak in French. And the broker at some point, stops the car or stops the mule and turns around and looks at us and goes, "I heard of y'all. Y'all the Italian Cowboys that people have been telling me about. You guys trying to build a hospitality complex." And Franklin and I just died. We thought it was the funniest thing in the world. So we had to tell him, actually we're not Italian, we're French, but yes, we're those guys trying to buy some land to build a hotel.
Could you play that song for me? It's my favorite song.
To get into boutique hospitality, you definitely have to be passionate about it because it's not a get-rich-quick industry. We both get high from seeing people enjoy and appreciate something we put together. Something as simple as a dinner party, a surprise birthday party, a gift. I think design is one of the main elements in boutique hospitality that draws people away from the more corporate or big box hotels. When you get to a certain size, if you're building 300-400 rooms, you have to standardize things. You can't afford to have special touches and pay attention to all the detail because you just can't do that on a $400 million, 400-key hotel. I think the real opportunity in boutique hospitality is that these properties are small enough that you can pay attention to every small detail.
A lot of where our industry is moving is trying to remove the human from hospitality, and I think we've gone too far. So we need to eliminate the check-in, we need to eliminate the checkout, we need to eliminate unnecessary interactions, or at least allow guests not to have these interactions if they don't want to have them. And if we do that and we do that successfully, you can effectively reposition your people to focus on delighting guests and on adding value to people's stays.
When your hotel's not full on a Monday or Tuesday, it's smart to actually have the check-in be at the bar. Why? Well, you start creating that connection with the guest immediately. When someone checks in, they've already pre-filled in the information they're going to need to get in. They've received a code and the information in a property map that allows them to check in directly in their room if they want to. But if they come through the clubhouse or the bar, what they speak to is not a person who's collecting their passport information and asking them, a million different questions. It's someone who's offering them a complimentary drink and giving them information about the property and recommendations of local bars, restaurants, and activities to do. Finding that balance of technology to remove the friction of the check-in process and enabling your on-site staff to really deliver hospitality is really important in the boutique space because you do have more limited resources.
There's hospitality everywhere. Remember Southwest Airlines, an airline with a high level of hospitality, or Bonobos as a retail player with hospitality. What's funny is it seems like it's been almost removed from the hotel world a little bit. I think very, very few hotels actually deliver on a differentiated experience. I think a lot of hotels added wood barrel saunas. Does that mean that they're delivering, a differentiated experience? No, it really doesn't.
The border between what we call Airbnbs or short-term rentals versus boutique hotels is becoming grayer and grayer. And so I think we've become better hotel operators because of the short-term rental part of our business.
We really want to focus on building French Cowboys as being a champion of Texas. And we talk about it a lot. We are in Texas for Texans. Today, more than 80% of our guests come from Texas, and we believe that that's going to continue to be the case. So we really want to focus on continuing to buy, renovate, and operate hospitality assets in the state of Texas. We're starting to look at other markets within Texas. The first one being the Texas Hill Country, the second one being West Texas, and then we're talking about the Texas coast. So we have a long road ahead of us. I think we have really big ambitions and a lot of aspirations. We want to be that company that helps you disconnect and reconnect with what matters to you.